Hi everyone. Hand was shaking a little bit when I was pressing that record button. We're doing a little bit of a different video today. We're not talking about books. We're talking about somebody that loved books and loved talking about books. Today we wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about our friend paxpanic, who, as many of you know, shortly after her 38th birthday, lost her battle with cancer. And, you know, she looks 28, but she had actually just turned 38. And she did tell me she was able to have a couple bites of birthday cake. So that's good. So I wanted to do this video a while ago. It's been a little over a week. And a number of people have put up a couple, some beautiful tributes, and they've been helpful to me in talking to people. And I want to do this video a while ago, but I just couldn't. When I first found out, it was, just like in a daze, and I was having a little bit of a difficult time, like catching my breath, and it comes and goes, right? But cry a little bit each day, and my wife took me out for my birthday Friday night, and trying to having a few drinks, trying to forget about it for a little while, and I got a message from somebody and started talking about her, and I was telling my wife, I think I'm going to try doing a video tomorrow, Saturday, and then literally started sobbing at the bar. So I told her, okay, I guess I'm not ready. MJ did her touching video recently where she said, like if you had told her 3 years ago that she would be crying, over another booktuber, she would have been like, what are you talking about? But that's what happens. You get close to people, and it starts about books, but you develop real friendships with people. And so, I mean, I didn't know if I would be able to do this video. I guess I still don't. We'll see. If you're watching this, that means I did. And I realized that I was never going to be ready to do this video. Olive's here with me. So the day I found out, I guess it was last Tuesday. When I got home, I sat on the couch, and Olive, she's like, sometimes doesn't seem, because she's very sometimes gets a little sleepy in these videos when we're talking about books, but she's actually a bit of a nut. She's like really energetic, and so a lot of times, like as soon as I sit on the couch, she always like jumps up and immediately like attacks my head and starts licking my face like crazy and everything. And so that evening, I sat on the couch, and she started doing that, and I said, I just stopped her for a second, and I just said, I may need to cut parts out here, but I said, we lost our friend today. And she immediately just stopped, and she just sat down, and she just looked at me, and I said, yeah, we lost our friend Pax today. She just stared at me with this mournful look. And, like, breaking the fourth wall here, right? Because I know she doesn't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. But, I think she felt what I was feeling. So, anyway, I didn't know, really. I was never going to be ready to do this video, but I knew that I was never going to be able to do another video again until I did this one. So, if it's okay with you all, or even if it's not, I'm just want to talk about her for a couple minutes. I don't usually work from a script, but I did just write down a few notes because there was a couple things that I wanted to say about her that I didn't want to forget. So I don't know if I use it. Anyway, so if you don't know Pax, everybody knows this paxpanic. She was a very well-known, beloved member of the booktube community for the last couple years. And in December, she started feeling, sick, and went to the doctor and was diagnosed with cancer. And she fought it. She fought it hard until the very end. But by the end of May, it was over. And she was beloved by so many people in this community. She was, we always say when somebody passes, you say they were special, but she really was something special. She had chosen the name, Pax, not a real name, of course. She had chosen the name Pax because it means peace. And she was just a loving, sweet soul. She, as everybody said, she was so many things you could say about her. She was creative and energetic and joyful and positive. And all those things are true. But I think her greatest quality was her kindness. She was literally one of the kindest people that I've ever met in my life. And I'm getting old. I brought a few things here, actually, that I just wanted to show you. I guess I look at my notes here and make sure. Yeah, okay. So, she was always she would always just give people things, right? She was just so kind that she wouldn't even hold on to her own books. You had to be very careful when you were watching one of her videos. You had to learn to be careful, like to say like that a book sounded really cool or that you were really interested in reading a book. Because the next thing you know, it would show up on your doorstep in a box with a few other books. And it wouldn't just be a box. It would always be, because she would always address the boxes. It was never just the Dave. It was always the Dave and Olive. And it'd always be a colorful box, colorful writing and stickers on it. And every time I'd open the door and see a box out there from her, it would just bring a smile to your face. This one of the things that she had sent that was not a book was this skeleton key bookmark that she had made. And that's the type of thing that she would do. She would make things and send them to people just because she thought they would like them and it would make them happy, because that's what she was about. She was all about spreading joy. And there was this other thing that I had here was I had gone to a book fair and I was moving really fast, through all the books. And I had just grabbed this book, this Stone of Tears, and because I was moving fast, and I was like, oh, the second book of, I think, Wheel of Time, and I grabbed it, and when I got home, I'm like, this is not Wheel of Time, this is the Sword of Truth series. And so I was showing the books in a video, and I mentioned that, and I was just like, so I'm just going to get rid of it, and Pax was like, no, because Pax mostly read horror, but she did read The Sword of Truth, as it's a fantasy series, and loved it. And so she said, no, maybe somebody will send you the first book. Wink, wink, right? Because she loved it, and she wanted to share that, and so sure enough, shortly thereafter, she went on the hunt in the bookstores around her, and this book showed up at my house, this Dead of Bones, which is a prequel to the series, which I didn't even know there was a prequel, and she sent me this so that I could try it out and hopefully experience what she experienced with this series that she loved. She was just always just doing kind things like that, and she loved. I mean, she wasn't just spreading kindness; she appreciated every act of kindness so much. If anybody did just showed the smallest act of kindness to her, it meant the world to her. It meant so much that somebody, it could be the littlest thing, and it meant so much to her that somebody thought of her, and she would tell you that. She would tell us all that in her videos. She wore a heart on her sleeve, and she would, these things would happen, little things, and she would just, she would get teary on camera all the time, right? Because she was just, it brought her so much happiness that someone showed her kindness. And she really wore a heart on her sleeve. She was, she always had that, that funny little hee hee giggle, whenever she experienced joy with something. She just so positive all the time. Always commenting on everybody's videos, and encouraging people, and trying to lift people up, and always just trying to be such an encouraging. She encouraged Nymeria to publish her poetry book, and she's now published 2 poetry books. This is another book Pax sent me. Namiria's now published two poetry books, one of which has Pax's face on the cover, because, she would have never done it had it not been for Pax. She just, the Pax, she did Paxi Awards at the end of each year. Just giving everybody in the community awards for different things. She loved doing that. It's just so unbelievably positive. And her final words to me, which was the Thursday before, a few days beforehand, 4 or 5 days beforehand. That was the last time I heard from her. She went radio silent after that. But her very last words to me, literally, were "I love it." And it was something silly, I sent her a couple silly videos of Olive, and but those were her last words to me. Was "I love it," because that's who she was. Always with the positivity, always trying to be positive towards others, right up until the very end. She never lost that part of herself. I don't know how many people would be like that in their final days. You think you would have other things to worry about, but she never lost that, trying to be positive and kind to other people. That was at the very core of who she is, and was something that she was doing until the very, very end. So, you know, I don't know. She was just so unique. We had, this, the thing of saying don't judge a book by its cover, which is particularly apropos for us in this community because we read books. But she was like the living lesson of that. She was always, she had this like outward persona of like this outward, like frightening, dark persona, right? Like she was always dressing up, she was always had like, demon eyes and wore razor blades around her neck, and, was doing these like, scary, skits, and just had this persona of fright and darkness. And of course she was the exact opposite of that. She was like, she was like a lighthouse, and, she was like a light in the darkness, and just always spreading love and joy. And it's good I made these notes, I guess. I don't know. I think, I knew her for just a couple years, and I think sometimes people come into your life for a short amount of time, and they have a really big impact. And, like sometimes you almost want to get angry, and you're like, well, maybe it'd be better if I just never met them, and so I didn't have to lose them and feel like this. But somebody like Pax, even if you only know her for a short time, they change you a little bit, and they leave a little like indelible mark on your heart that is always going to be with you. And maybe that's, I'm not much of a fatalist, but maybe that's part of her purpose, right? Was to come in and touch a lot of hearts, even if just for a little bit, it's gonna, originally when I was thinking about this video, I was gonna just title it, Goodbye Pax. And then I said, no way, I'm not gonna, that's not what it is. Because she's, I'll always remember her. But she's also immortalized in all these videos. I've already been going back and watching some of her old videos, and she's got a whole bunch more that she queued up for us that we're still going to get to see. So we'll always get to see her. Some new stuff, some old. But it's not. It's a great thing about this, I guess, is that it's not totally goodbye. And so I was, thinking a bit about, there's all those Reels audios that go around on Instagram, and there was this one. It was a poem, and I don't know who wrote it, and I don't remember the whole thing, but it basically said, or at least part of it was, you don't get to keep everybody in your life for forever. Sorry. So it said you don't get to keep everybody in your life for forever. Some people are just meant to be a sunrise for you. And you always eventually have to say goodbye, but even when you say goodbye, when you think of them, it'll still feel a little bit like home. And I think, as I've been rewatching some of her stuff, and I think as I continue to do so, that's what her videos will feel like for me, I think. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. So we're going to get back to making videos about books, because that's what she would have wanted. I think she would be mortified if she knew that she was impacting people's booktube videos. So we're going to get back to doing that. I just wanted to come on here for a few minutes and just talk about what a wonderful, positive, joyful, amazing, kind person Pax was, and just to tell her that I'll miss her. Take care of yourselves and each other. And as Pax would say, bye for now.